Welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks, the place where geeks come to geek out. As always,
my ear hole
I'm
itches.
Poser. And these whole ear itches. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever and whenever you are watching. This is our next episode of Cloudscape, the tabletop role-playing game powered by FateCore system. An amazing system that is super rules light and super narrative heavy. And that's what we are doing today. Actually, I had a really cool
I don't think we have much narrative at all this episode.
There'll be narrative. I'll force it. I'll force
narrative fisting, but that's about it.
Every punch I'll be like,
a flashback.
when I was 3 years old, I remember.
I will spend a fate point for this.
This punch goes to all of my Nakama.
But who do we have at our table today?
I'm Austin.
I'm P.
Hi.
Oh, it's so quick.
That's it.
Over.
That's it.
We're so few. We are so not many.
The few and the powerful. Because you might notice that last week we had Sirkin and Kit at the table. And no T, no Austin, but now we have flip-flopped. Where is Alsvid? Where is Lucas? Who the fuck knows?
By the government.
Owned by the government, so he's not here. So it'll be interesting what Alsvid does in this episode, because I text Lucas, I said, what do you want your character to do?
And he said, I don't know, do something.
He just didn't respond.
Really?
That's exactly what he was saying.
Yeah, we don't know where Lucas is, what he's doing, but Alsvid is still present on the scene for this fight ring, so we're going to figure it out. We're going to see whatever he might do.
I'm going to call out to him so he can have a conversation with me one-on-one, real heart-to-heart.
Yeah, some real, background defining stuff.
Joke's on you, Alsvid doesn't talk.
Oh no, something weird happened. He's got tape over his mouth and it won't come off.
I don't know what happened. How'd that happen? Are you guys ready to fight? Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh my God.
It was so hard for me to leave.
This might not go well.
It was hard for me to leave this moment 2 weeks ago, and now we're back. So here we go. Last time on Cloudscape, we entered the underground fight ring that happens in the underground, or in the Iron Corner. In the underground. It's the only word I can say.
We entered an underground fight ring that was under the ground.
Except there wasn't.
There was an elevator.
That's right. That was from 6 episodes ago.
Yeah, we're in an underground fight ring underground. That's true. And something else happened. Poser, take it away.
Thanks. And Wayland entered the bracket, sitting in the tank, waiting to kick some major ass, while the rest kind of scoped out the area. They found Liana and her new boo, Vox.
Piece of shit. Fucking pretentious.
The things that I know from last week, I just can't. I'm gonna explode from all the things that happened last week that I'm not gonna tell you, and neither are they. Yeah, that pretentious asshat Vox hanging out with your fated goddaughter, Liana, here in the fight ring. Wayland, you kicked some major ass with poor Dave, who didn't know what he was getting into. The Nightwing, the avian new species of mutant. Huh?
I said the avian mace, because that's what he turned into.
Yeah, when I gavelled him into the canvas.
You did. You gavel. That was my best attempt.
And we're now demonetized. Good job, guys.
You give me way too much credit, but thank you.
There's no way that term is copywritten.
100%. Over 25 years of that damn show, there's no way in hell Gum Gum is not trademarked.
Oh, Gum Gum maybe, but I think he only used gavel once. Anyway, that's not important.
See, we don't need all of us to sidetrack the show. It's usually just Austin and I.
We're both here.
We're getting nowhere.
Austin's the only sidetrack I will ever need.
We're going to finish the episode and the fight hasn't even taken place yet.
Well, back on episode 347 of One Piece.
Austin, you fought some people. Sirkin scared the crap out of Vox and pressured him to leave under the notion that he might know where a red-headed man matching Kit's description might be. So, under duress, he escorted Vox outside the ring, and Theo was about to follow with Kit hot on Sirkin's tail, but at that moment, the lights came up, and we found out the third and final challenger of the event, for Wayland at least, was none other than Alden Gold, the crazy addicted youngest member of the Gold family. And Theo said, "Nope, I'm sticking around for this shit."
Also,
and
genuine
turned
question.
on his heel. Yeah.
Was he actually in the military, or is he just a piece of shit that pretends he was to make himself feel cool?
He's a piece of shit to pretend he was, yeah.
Okay, that makes
Nice.
that seems fitting, but I wanted to
Army
canonically
aesthetic.
get it out there.
Army
You're
aesthetic
speaking
on
because he's got camel
nepotism.
pants.
Yeah.
Chemo?
Yeah.
He-
He had
Oh,
camel
no.
pants.
Okay. Does he have hair?
God.
How far along is he? I feel kind of bad beating on him.
Fun
now.
fact: this is actually Make-A-Wish, and this is the this is how
This
the
is his
rich this is how the rich
Jesus.
entertain themselves.
Daddy, before I die, I want to be in an underground fight ring.
Okay, I guess we can make that happen. Yes, he has hair. He's not on chemo.
Okay, cool,
'Cause-
cool.
Like cancer and disease is not something that really happens up here in Aurora. Strangely enough,
No need for condoms. You heard it here
in
first,
the
folks.
clouds.
That's interesting. If that's canon, that's...
Pregnancy happens up here.
Just pull and pray.
Oh,
Pray to Octaris.
Exactly.
I'm going
So-
to need the brakes slammed on this.
Theo, you were following not Wayland, Sirkin and Kit up the graded staircase, and then you heard the name Alden Gold, and you said, "Just kidding, I'm going to stick around." So, what were you doing when the lights came up on Alden?
Going back to my seat to watch him get his ass whooped.
Which seat were you going to? The across from Liana or next to Liana?
Let's go with next to Liana, actually. That's a good call.
Oh yeah, Leona's
So-
still there.
She's still there. Vox fucking ditched her. Didn't tell her anything.
He
Left.
didn't, right? I thought he didn't. I guess he had a knife in his wiener, so...
I think it was just his thigh, but you know,
Well,
depending
that's
how
right.
big it is.
I don't know where your... Well, all right, fair enough. But your thigh kind of goes all the way... And it doesn't matter.
Wow, we were about to find out how big Austin's dick was just then.
Yeah. No, I think we gathered from the context clues here.
He
I-
said the
Out
word
here
thigh.
tapping
That's
kneecaps.
all I
I mean,
needed.
your thigh goes all the way up to your hip. It's knee, thigh, hip. Right?
I mean, I wouldn't ever describe.
You've never laid on your
hitting a
side?
thigh.
You never laid on your
You heard
side?
it
I
here.
don't know.
His OnlyFans is somewhere on the internet. Go find it.
Now
Bird-
Bree's limp makes so
Would it
much
be-
more sense.
Would it still be
Sorry.
birds suck? I don't know. Let's play the game.
We
Let's
are
go.
getting this far. This whole episode, the next 2 hours. This is how far we get.
It's been some time. We're getting there.
So Theo, you sit down next to Liana, and the lights are like slowly coming up. Uncle Theo, have you seen Fox?
Depends. Do you want me to be honest with you, or are we going to continue this lying to each other relationship that you've developed?
What the hell? No. I
Tread
love you
lightly
only
here.
when it matters. Where the fuck is he?
He left.
He left. What do you mean left?
He's a pretentious asshole. I'm angry with you, but you can still do better.
Listen, you just don't understand him.
Oh,
really cool.
really? He's special? He's different?
We're not like fucking married, okay?
God, I hope not. I am not condoning that one.
I just enjoy his company.
Here, let me remind me who I'm also sitting next to.
Oh yeah, the guy that's like
Don Cucci, the florist.
I'm going to lean over to Don Cooch and kind of elbow him. What'd you think of the tool that was sitting next to her?
He's hard to read, but thought it was kind of a douche.
See, what did I tell you?
And she just like crosses her arms. She's like, I hope your friend loses because I know you bet on him.
Me
Damn.
bet you're right, but who else is paying for your tuition?
As a reminder, you have 5,000 credits on Captain Hook, which is Wayland's fight name.
Yeah, that's my fight name now. Yeah,
And it's covered healthcare and education up here in Aurora, as we should, because Canada figured it out first. So the lights are slowly rising. Alden has ceremoniously injected a syringe of X into his vein. And Wayland, you've been given X for the very first time.
It's just Austin getting sugar and he starts sprinting back and forth between the turnbuckles. Want to see some real speed, bitch?
As a reminder, this cage has descended upon the arena. And in the darkness,
I'm so
we
sorry.
heard the crackle of electricity and the shing, 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 shing of spikes shooting out from the grates on the inside.
What the fuck?
You missed that part, huh? You missed that.
I don't remember that. I was too caught up in the moral dilemma of using performance-enhancing drugs.
Oh, yeah. So, Wayland, a little...
Well, I need to get dressed. I have things I have to do today.
a little notion for you.
Mm-hmm.
We will have aspects here in this fight, situational aspects. 3, in fact. 1, tight spaces, which you can invoke during the fight because you are closed in this rotating cage. When I alert you, there will be spikes that jut out. It's not going to be random. Once they jut out, they're there. So I'll let you know. And then eventually, they may become electrified.
Somebody's going through a spike. There is not a doubt in my mind that somebody is getting impaled.
I mean, that wasn't the first thing I thought of. I didn't think of that immediately. Okay, and then wait, so it's
I get to use it against Kieran. Oh, this is gonna be tasty.
And then the third aspect is electrified spikes.
Yes. The entire cage will become electrified. So if you touch
Electrified. So electrified metal stuff is what I'm gonna write.
Now you are like on a boxing ring.
Yep.
And so that is not electrified. There's no spikes on that floor, but there will be a cage.
They're coming in from the
spikes
top.
Shoot out. Yeah, on above and all around you, it will become electrified, but that'll be your safe space on that floor. Meanwhile, the entire cube rotates.
Yeah,
And
I
I'll
remember.
alert you when that happens.
How
we
big are
were-
the spikes?
Like how far
about
do
a
they
foot.
jut out from the walls? Okay, so it's like if you're close to the wall, they stick out. But like you're
Mhm.
fine in the center.
Yeah.
Okay, copy.
I
Get
got
thrown
5
to the
on it that
side.
says the walls will start to move inward.
Well, I
For
don't-
sure.
well, we're gonna move towards the walls when the thing does this.
See?
For sure.
Called it.
But yep, I'm okay. Let's go.
The lights rise, and you see across from you this tank top, camo beating, not army person with tattoos all over his body, injecting a syringe in his left arm, which is covered in a serpentine snake-like design, while the other is a dagger. And in the low light, you see the snake-like arm extend and twist, while the right arm becomes extended with a sharp, thin quality to it. And while you inject X into your veins for the very first time, you feel that burning sensation. Your eyes almost roll back for a moment, and everything is bright white. But through your fingers, you feel a sensation that you have never felt before. And as you hold them up, you almost feel like the air around you is within your control. Go ahead and roll. We're going to see who goes first.
Okay, yep.
You can roll and use athletics.
Wow, that was a terrible roll.
Gotta get the bad ones out now.
-2 on my roll, +2, so that's a 0.
Across the way, you see Alden just have this wide grin. Wildly wide. Unhumanly wide. And he darts towards you. And using his right arm, which with the dagger on his forearm tattoo has extended, and his entire right hand is now a blade. He swipes towards you. And he's going to roll, and he has an ability of a stunt that he allows him to use expertise in lieu of fight.
Copy that.
Holy shit. Okay, go ahead
Well,
and roll.
yeah. So I'm just going to I'm gonna try to parry that with my hook hand, for a 7.
No way.
Yeah, no bonuses. It's a 7. I rolled a +3.
So he goes and swipes at you, but with your grappling hook, you successfully parry it away.
Let's go.
But he's going to gain a boost because you guys tied.
Oh shit! I rolled so good. No.
So good.
Theo is going
he's
to
gonna
lean
gain
over
a
to Don Cucci and tell him, you should probably send Kieran some flowers tomorrow.
Shit, if I'm sending Kieran flowers, then this whole city is going to be up on flames.
I know, I can't wait.
The boost is going to be that he understands the mechanics of your grappling hook. He sees that it's like when you parry it, your grappling hook kind of catches it just a second so that he can glimpse the chain within it.
Okay.
I'm going to call it grap hook insight. So that's a free invocation of an aspect that Alden can use.
Hooker insight. Got it.
Hooker insight, even better.
All right. Since we're in close range, then I'm going to I'm gonna just like release, kind of parry. I'm gonna release my hook, and I'm gonna try to grapple him. Like I'm gonna let it fall like past our arms, and I'm gonna try to kind of lock him in with the hook part. I'm gonna try to essentially use the grappling hook to grapple onto his arm.
Got it.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Is that create an advantage?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. It could be athletics.
Is fight okay?
You're not doing. If you're not aiming to do damage, then no.
Okay.
If you're
Okay.
creating an advantage,
Sure.
then
We'll do.
Baby.
Okay. Yeah, that is really trash. Oh. All right, I'm gonna burn my first fate point. I'm gonna burn my first fate point to re-roll that.
And what are you using? By the way, you're starting with 4. If you weren't
Oh, that's
starting
right.
with 4
I was
before.
compelled. I was compelled for something. I can't remember why though.
Yeah, a couple
okay.
episodes ago, but
I'm going to burn it.
And as a
because-
reminder, when you say I'm going to re-roll, you have to use an aspect. You have to invoke an
Yes.
aspect.
Yeah.
So-
Is right hand
justify
man
it.
work here?
Yeah, because it involves your hook. Sure.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll burn that. Come on, baby. Anything but not -3. Okay, 0 is better than -3, so +2.
So you go to create an advantage by grappling him, but almost with crazy speed. You go to wrap it around his hand and his blade hand, and the tattoos instantly like suck back in his hands, like go out of reach. And you go to wrap it around, but his hands are out of reach, and you do not succeed.
Copy.
Tricky. He's going to his left hand with the snake design shoots out and wraps around the top of the cage, almost similarly to the way that your grappling hook would. It extends 12 feet up to reach the top of the cage. And while hooked around there, he's going to try to swing himself around and just give you a roundhouse kick to the face.
Okay, I want to try to catch his leg.
Okay, go ahead and roll a fight.
Dick and balls.
Is that what hits him in the face?
It's a -1, so 3. God damn.
As he's swinging around, you see his foot coming towards your face, and you successfully just parry it away.
Nice.
This is a well-evened match, and you can hear the crowd. At first, Theo, you would know from around you, there was like an expectation that, oh, okay, this is going to be easy because they have seen Alden fight, and they've seen him wipe the floor with opponent after opponent. But Wayland, Captain Hook, is meeting him blow for blow. And as you look around up into the viewing deck, you see the iron masked man that you would know as Arch Luminary Ren.
Does he know that I know?
As far as I know, you guys haven't interacted at all, so he
haven't
wouldn't have
interacted
any.
at all.
He doesn't know that you're there.
Go ahead and roll perception to see.
That is a net 3.
He's in the darkness in the viewing deck. While there's minimal light up there, he's also wearing a mask. So it's difficult to tell where his eyes are. But you do notice that at this point, he is paying close attention to the match and leaning forward, staring at Wayland.
I'm going to turn to Liana. I've got some business to attend to. Enjoy yourself. I'll be in touch.
Well, if you see Vox, just...
Number 1 on my priority list.
I know, fuck you too, but... Hey. And she just, like, reaches over and gives you a kiss on the cheek.
Love you too, asshole.
Oh, that's
Love you too,
cute.
asshole.
And as I'm walking by Don, I mean it, flowers to Kieran tomorrow. And you can let him know they're from me.
I'm not sure how I feel about that, but
It's okay. I just need a note that says, watch the news, signed Theo. I lied, signed Theo, or signed Mr. Maxwell.
there it is. I'm writing it down. Watch the news. Signed Theodore? Or no, Mr. Maxwell.
Mr. Maxwell.
All right, so where are you heading, Theo?
Up to the Arch Luminary.
So, you would exit the bleachers and you would head to where you believe the viewing deck would be. This isn't public access to the viewing deck. Where would you go to find your way up there? There is the double doors behind you.
Theo's
that
been
slip
here
in and-
before. I feel like Theo would
Have
be
you?
able to. Yeah. We established that previously, that Theo's come to these events previously.
Roll
Previously
lore
determined.
just for
Yeah, that's
to
fine.
see how well you remember.
God, I hope I got some positives here. I do. That's a 1. My lore is 0.
Okay. So, while you've been here before,
Theo
been a
just
minute.
assumes find stairs and go up.
and
Eventually, you'll get there.
that would make a lot of sense. Except you're not quite able to find the door to the stairs for a minute. So while this fight is happening with Wayland and Alden, you're going to be gone for a few minutes, looking for which doorway goes to which hallway, goes to which staircase. Because the viewing deck is not easily accessible for a reason. It's meant for VIPs. They don't want all the
I
riff.
feel like,
just
would they
running
not
up.
have some level of guard on the door?
Oh, sure. But they're
Just noted for
eventually,
when I get there. Don't worry.
yeah. Eventually, you will find a door that leads to a hallway that curves around and leads to the actual access staircase where there will be guards.
Cool.
All right, Wayland. You just parried
Okay.
off a roundhouse kick, and he's swinging from the top of the cage.
And okay, so he's like in the air, like he's like
Yeah.
above my head, kind of thing.
Yep.
It'd be a shame
Okay.
if somebody pantsed him.
Oh, it would be a shame. I'm going to
Pants him.
I'm gonna scorpion get over here him in the chest.
It's a
Okay.
Mortal Kombat reference, Alec. Just kidding.
Mamma mia.
Damn, Wayland's about to make fucking
I
Theo
wish.
owe some money.
Yeah, I'm gonna not lose this. I mean, win this fight. That's a 2. Total. Fuck.
So when you say
fuck.
scorpion, what do you mean?
I will want to send my chain or my hook into his chest and pull him off the bleachers.
I really pray you understand the reference, Bozer.
No, I do.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
sure.
Yeah,
No, I get
it. Yeah.
I was
pulled
alive
my little.
longer
I got
than
very
you. I've played the
concerned
game.
for a moment.
I've played the original. Don't worry.
Listen, some of the things I clarify to you, I get a little worried.
You don't know what you don't know, okay? So you shoot out your grappling hook, and he deftly skirts around it and wraps his blade arm up in your chain. And he's going to attempt to, while he's swinging around, wrap it around your own neck.
Oh, shit.
Copy that. Five.
Damn. And actually, I'm going to invoke that hooker insight.
To get the +2 off or reroll.
Good God. No. He grabs the hook. But in like the shift of blade hand, like his fingers are extended and he doesn't get a
They're
grasp
webbed. They're
on
not fully formed yet. From the
Do
transformation.
did I win enough to get a boost or no?
No, it's just you guys.
Okay,
basically died.
okay,
Yeah.
copy that. Okay.
You just failed it.
Is he still holding on to my chain?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I'll try to reef him down then.
Okay.
Try to instead of from his chest, from his hand. I guess he could just let go. But yeah, that's another 2. It's another
I think you
negative.
should try some different dice, bud.
I don't have so many d6s.
You rolled a
yeah,
+2.
I rolled a +2. Yeah.
So as you try to slam him towards gavel him towards the floor, he just kind of lets go and pulls himself up to the top of the cage, which is at that point that you almost sense like the hairs on your arm raise. And just before it happens, you can hear a buzz in the air and the crackle. And he's still holding on to the top of the cage with his snake-like arm. And a bright white of electrification just shocks around the entire cage. And he's going to take some damage. And he falls to the ground. And instead of looking in pain, he looks like
Aroused.
Yeah. And he just kind of arcs his back and cranes his neck. And he, just for fun, he like just puts his pinky out to the side of the cage and just to feel this pulse rock his body. And in that shock, he looks at you and his eyes are bright white with that electrification.
Is it my turn? No, it's his turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he's gonna call out to you. See, this is your first time with X. And he's going to his blade arm, dagger side, and come to plummet towards the center of your chest.
Okay. Come on.
Shoot the legs.
That is a 3. Fuck.
So you're gonna take 1 shift of physical damage.
My first ever shift.
Ever. And as his arm extends, it's not going to plunge in the center. Like you managed to evade it just enough for him to catch your side. But it's a pretty deep cut on your side.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he's going to extend it into your side and then bring it up and just lick the side of his arm blade.
He's gonna steal my powers. Okay. I guess he's within melee range of me now, though. So I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna send my hook right into his face.
Okay.
Please, Lord.
Wrong religion, bud. You're not praying to the right one.
Okay. That was another. I haven't rolled a positive since the second roll of the day here. Fuck. I mean, okay, yeah. Let's this time I'm gonna invoke no one said it was easy, and I'm just gonna dig in. I'm gonna dig in, and I can feel that like I've kind of shifted my weight, and he's easily dodging it, and I'm just gonna try to like kind of like wildly like swing backwards to try to like still make a connect. Please.
Very evident that Austin watches anime because I can picture this whole anime fight scene in my brain.
That's a worse roll. I rolled 3
Only for him to
negatives. I rolled 3 negatives and a neutral. So it's a 1.
He rolled the same, actually. This is such an evenly matched fight. And Wayland, you are so used to kicking ass so easily. But this man in front of you, this young man in front of you, while he's not as jacked as you, he doesn't have the experience as you, he's got some advantage. And you can't quite pinpoint what it is. By the way, have you been activating that ring around your forearm?
No, I haven't rolled with a +1 at all this whole freaking time. Shit. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the reminder. I activated it at the very before I took the X. I activated it. So this whole time I should have been rolling with a +1. Dang it.
Well, I'll give you a +1 on this roll.
Which put it at a 2 versus a 1, so you finally won an encounter.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We already narratively moved past that part. I don't mind missing. Let's keep it tense. I screwed up. That's on me as a player. But last time we tied and it was his time to throw, he got a boost. Is that how it works? Do I get a boost now because we tied on my attack?
Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, your boost would be you notice there is a deep bruise. Like in his tank top he's wearing, there's a deep bruise. You catch a glimpse of it on his left side.
Okay, cool.
And you would take that might be a spot if you would hit extra hard.
Copy that. Weak spot.
Yeah, so call that weak spot. That's a boost that you can use one time, free invocation, no
Cool.
fate points required. Theo, you are navigating the hallways. You go in enough doors, you're thinking, oh, this is how. Because it's probably not the first time that you've gone to the viewing box. Other times you've been up there as a guest.
Yeah, it's just hard to keep track of where I'm at with trying to keep an eye on Wayland still. That's my excuse for the
So-
low pour or the pour roll.
You turn a corner and you are coming upon two well-dressed gentlemen. One is shaved, very bald. One has kind of a ring of hair around. They're a little older. They are wearing suits not unlike yours. And they are spying you walking up towards the door.
Can I roll connection to see if I recognize either of them?
Sure.
7.
Holy fuck.
You literally you can't know everyone in the planet.
The dice gods
No,
say
but you-
otherwise.
You can know a lot of people in one big towering city. So the one with the kind of ring of hair, you recognize him, and he recognizes you, and he kind of pats the bald one. Oh, this is a good guy. This is a good guy. What's up, Theodore?
Hey, how's your Tia doing?
Oh, she's not always feeling so good, but today's a good day. Today's a good day. Thanks for asking.
I'll make sure to get her some flowers soon.
What can I help you with, my man?
Just need to head upstairs real quick.
Are they expecting you?
Absolutely. Come look at me. You
roll
really think I'm gonna
deception.
go? You think I'm gonna go places unwelcome? That's okay. That's okay. That's still a 3.
Okay. Just so you to know, and everyone at home watching or listening, there's not advantage or disadvantage in this game, but I kind of create one by heightening the DC if it's a disadvantage or lowering the DC if it's an advantage. So with a +3, you well succeeded over the advantage that I gave you because you recognize this man. This guy knows you, and he's had a good rapport with you. So then he opens the door, and the other bald one, he's kind of bigger than the other guy, and he's giving him a shady look, and he's like, "Don't worry, he's a good guy. He's a good guy."
Theo's gonna walk through and then step back for a moment. Oh my! And I'm gonna hand him a business card. You have any trouble, you let me know.
He doesn't say a word. He just takes it and puts it in his breast pocket.
And I'm gonna head upstairs.
Theo, as you scale the stairs, it's very dark, but you can see some lights at the top of the stairs where the arena would open up to, and you are met with probably a dozen individuals, all very well dressed. There's a table of food as a buffet. There is a bartender up there currently shaking something for one of the patrons. And as you turn to your right, you can see the opening where it's looking over the cage that is now briefly shocking. You can see sparks of electricity. And right at the kind of balcony area is the back of a man with long hair, wearing a suit, and he's leaned in, hunched over, watching this fight.
Theo beeline straight towards him. I lied. I take that back. I would like to make a perception check to see if I recognize any of the other guests up here.
Sure.
Just for personal note. Oh, that's not great. That's a 1.
For the first time. It's dark and kind of in your tunnel vision with the arch luminary. You are focused on him.
Okay.
And you're not really taking in those others around him.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
Yeah.
lean up next to him. It makes sense now where I can never catch you in your office.
And this man, this a little taller than you, stands up to his full height and turns. and up close you can see this iron mask with rivets along the edges and right down the middle, and these two dark holes. But this close you can sense the eyes, and you would know that that's where his piercing green eyes would be. Theo! Well, what do I owe the pleasure?
I forgot he's a Southern man.
I'm not one to kink shame here, but this is an interesting take for how you spend your evenings, Ren.
And at the statement of his name, he looks around and... Don't you worry, Mr. Theo. We're in good company up here. Who do you got your money on? And he references towards the fight.
There's something about that Captain Hook that really just rings to me.
I am not disagreeing with you there. And he is leaning in and just staring, almost studying Wayland. You familiar with him before?
Not too much. The his opponent, though, on the other hand, that's some interesting information to get my hands on.
Alden is a regular. There's no information that's behind any closed walls with that boy.
You're right.
He's a hothead.
Correct. But when your father's name's associated with, buildings that go boom, people begin to ask some questions, raise some eyebrows, might start digging into some things a little more than they usually would.
What sort of questions you been hearing about?
See, that's the funny thing is none. And I don't like that. I'll be at your office, 9 a.m. You should call your secretary and make sure she knows I'm coming.
What do I owe the pleasure?
Just call it catching up, Ren. And Theo's going to aggressively tap him on the shoulder and then head back down.
Okay. Do you mean that in an intimidating way, in a a friendly way?
Intimidation.
Right. Roll intimidation.
My intimidation is only +1, but with 3 positives, that makes that a 4.
You lock eyes with Ren. And behind the mask, you can't quite sense any sort of facial expressions. But through his body language, you sense a catch in his demeanor. I look forward to it.
And as I'm walking out, see you in the morning, Jebson. And I'm going to walk down the stairs. But I say it very loud for everybody to hear.
And you catch some glances. People kind of crane their necks. Because while everybody up here knows Ren Jebson, it's understood that you don't call him out.
Exactly.
And there's some hushed conversations that immediately take place as you are exiting. Wayland.
Yes.
I think you just did your move,
I just
right?
whiffed. Yeah, I just whiffed.
Yeah.
And then we called that I have a +1 and I shouldn't be whiffing so hard.
After you missed him with that catch, he kind of tears away. He grabs at his tank top and rips it away. And with his two fingers, kind of draws an X across his body. And you can see underneath his tank top, there's even more tattoos. One of which, at the core of his center, being a heart with barbed wire, kind of wrapping around it. And as he draws his two fingers across it, you see these barbed wire kind of extend and course around his whole body. And as he flexes, large spikes extend across his back and his arms and his fist.
Okay. Okay.
And
and I can make a gentle breeze.
Which you haven't tried yet.
I haven't tried yet.
He's going to wrap his serpentine arm that's now protruding with spikes. He's going to go to wrap it around your neck.
Okay. Yep. I'm gonna not try to engage with it, so I'm just gonna try to dodge, like just duck under it or evade it.
Dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge. +1.
+1. Yep. So that's a 0.
Not quite. Not for dodging.
Oh yeah, that would just be for attacking. Just for attacking.
Damn. I tried. But...
Yeah. Well, okay. So that's a -1 then. So 3.
Do you already have on your physical stress?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have your first?
Yep, I marked it off.
Box checked.
Yep.
So here's how this works. Wait, let me check. we haven't done any physical stress for Wayland in a long time.
At all.
/ ever.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Who knew we could still be learning about this game at this point in the game?
Yeah, I did. I knew. Okay, so each box represents 1, 2, or if you have a high will, physique or will, then it might be 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. How many stress boxes are you capable of?
4.
4? Perfect.
Jesus Christ. The only
so
2.
With this being hitting the same physical stress box, this doesn't automatically fall to the next one. It would then skip that and go to your consequences.
Okay.
So as a minor consequence, which then becomes basically an aspect that Alden can invoke, can use against you. This long serpentine arm that's now riddled with spikes wraps around your neck, and you can feel these spikes piercing into your neck and your major bloodlines. So you're just going to mark the consequence of bleeding.
Copy that.
Keep in mind that tight spaces and now electrification are aspects that you can also use to your advantage, but so can Alden.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So he's currently got you kind of grappled around the neck with these spikes piercing into your neck.
Okay. Shit. Then I guess he's using his snake hand, right? So he's like a distance away from me. I can't probably reach him. I can only touch his spiky hand.
Right. He's not within arm's length for you, but it's extended, so you're within arm's length of him.
Okay. I'm going to shoot past him with my grappling hook at the wall, and I'm going to use Rushing Strike to basically grapple him, or not grapple him, but so the wall's here, he's here, I'm here. I want to squeeze into the wall.
What's your hook made of?
It's metal. Yep. I know.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that. You can roll fight or you can roll burglary because you're using your hook if that's what you prefer.
So the idea is when I use Right Hand Man, once per combat, I can use this stunt. So I'm going to invoke Right Hand Man to do it. So I'm going to get a +2 to this. Hopefully, or a reroll. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, so first of all, I rolled +3, +1 is +4, is 8, +2 is 10.
Jesus fucking hell. Is that off the charts?
Yes. There is no... The ladder, the competency ladder, goes up to +8. Holy shit.
Do I go through the cage? Do I send him through the cage?
No.
I don't know if the cage is chain link or what, but...
No, it's
that's right. It has
large
mechanisms. Yeah, it has mechanisms to...
Oh my god. +8? Okay,
plus
wait,
10.
we roll. Plus 10. Oh,
Yeah.
That's not good. That is not good. Oh. So
it's weird that 8 is the max. If you can invoke and you can get max 8 naturally, it's weird that 10 isn't on. It doesn't matter, but just weird.
I think because you're adding the +2.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta think we haven't even gotten to
stunt,
superb yet. That 10's not even the max it can go. We don't have the top tier skill set unlocked yet.
Oh yeah.
We can only go +4 at the moment.
True. Anyway, sorry.
So I think with invoking the stunt, you wouldn't get the +2 for that, but you would be invoking it. It costs you a fate point, but
I
it would
thought
still go to +8
sure.
because 9 and 10 is just superfluous at this point. You don't need the extra 2.
True.
But it happened, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. So in a flurry, you
suck it,
send
Brit and Josh. See, you guys get a +10.
They did not get a +10 in their episode. You send your grappling hook and you catch around, and this surge of lightning kind of passes through your body, but it passes through you, and because he's wrapped around you and connected to you, it passes into Alden's body as the end point. And you pull in close and you create the connection. And it's at that moment that you slam Alden into the back wall. And he's racked with electricity. And then at that same moment, these foot-long spikes jut out throughout the entire cage. And from your perspective, you see one pierce through the outside of his chest. And he coughs up blood in your face. And you feel the grasp around his serpentine arm kind of grow limp. My god, that was a +8.
+10. Give him his credit.
+10.
Well, just to clarify though, right? Because the idea is when I invoke my grappling hook, I can have the opportunity to use Rushing Strike. So it doesn't I'm not using Rushing Strike as my invocation. Was the idea?
Okay,
Right.
so
that's
it's
the power.
+10.
So it is +10. Unless you think that's imba and we can fix it, but that's what I used when I did it before. Imbalanced. Sorry.
Okay. I'm like,
thanks for the clarification. I was having a stroke trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
I'm like, have you heard of this term?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. No.
Imba.
Yeah. if that feels imbalanced, but that's the same move I used on Liana.
Damn, I gotta get my connections up higher. I also have yet to use any of my aspects.
Honestly.
I mean, I know a guy has kind of carried you through this entire thing.
Which I'm about to use here in a moment.
You don't even need that. Your connections are just asinine.
I knew what I built.
Yeah, so I just kind of realized that I'm pretty sure I've only ever one-hit people. I don't think I've ever landed multiple strikes on an opponent.
Never needed to. So while he's plunged into a spike, and it pops out just to the center of his chest, just left of center of his chest, and you see an immense amount of blood explode from his chest all over your face, and you hear as the entire cage starts rotating, and you and Alden are kind of being pulled towards the top. So gravity is pulling you away towards the electrified cage, towards the other spikes on the end of the wall.
So the floor is here. It's going like this.
The entire thing is rotating 180 degrees. And you hear a roar of crowd.
Pull him, use the wind, and then surf your way down on his body.
Theo, you are exiting the viewing deck, and where are you headed next?
I would like to roll connection. I would like to basically leak a story to a journalist, and I would like to have them run a story for me. So I don't know if that's roll connections or how you want to do that, but basically I want to have a story either in the, if we have like a news cycle or a radio show or a paper, I would like to influence that.
All right. Roll connection.
Oh shucks, it's only a 6.
I'm so nice. That is Imba.
I rolled a negative, so it took it from a 7 to a 6.
Jesus Christ. So as you're exiting the viewing deck and you kind of wind your way back to the main show floor, you see a lot of people that maybe were standing around the bar that are now like hooked. The line that was in front of the bar just like stopped caring about a drink, and everybody is facing the cage. You see the person that originally wrote the kind of script for each fighter.
That's right.
In the like slam kind of esque way. He is talking to somebody, and they have a notepad, and they're kind of scribbling some notes. And you would recognize them as a reporter from from the,
I love making him create things.
From The Truth, which is the paper that extends throughout the entire city. It's kind of a younger journalist. She's got long dark hair. She's in a kind of an A-line pencil skirt and a blouse with some ruffles on it, some wing-framed glasses, and olive skin. And you would know her to be Retta.
RETA?
RETA.
Also, I drew Coochie.
Nice.
The podcast is gonna be so confused.
Oh, the man. The man.
Don Cucci, the florist.
Can you see him even?
Yes. Love him. Theo is gonna walk up to Reddit. Well, if it isn't my absolute favorite journalist.
Just for fun, will you roll rapport or charisma?
Sure.
What is that?
One of Theo's exes. One of
6.
Theo's exes. Oh my god. Never mind.
You see Retta kind of turn, and she is scribbling down what this man is saying, and as you walk up, you hear him saying things like, "See, what I had a theory that we could really dramatize the thing, right, and make it like a story, but they're not following the script." And you walk up, and she kind of hears you and glances over, ready to dismiss you, but does a second double take. And you see her demeanor kind of sit a little taller. She kind of brushes her dark hair over her ear and turns completely away from the guy she was talking to. I wasn't done. Yes, I'll get into the story. Don't you worry.
Theo's gonna look past her for just a brief moment. I would absolutely love to hear more about your story. Let me finish up this conversation. I'd like to have a conversation with you next. And I'm going to go back to Retta.
And Retta kind of closes her little notebook and places it inside her blazer that she's wearing. And just kind of grabs you by the elbow and pulls you aside. Mr. Theo, it's been a long time.
It has, and I think I owe you dinner.
Sounds like it.
Seeing how I bought the last one, I would say
come on now.
You owe me. I did. You made
It was
quite
his-
a show of it, but you let me.
I did.
It was your birthday.
I would like to get to this personal, definitely, but I'm actually here for business at the moment.
Oh.
But we'll get back to the
Likewise.
personal.
I'm free Thursday, by the way, but what sort of business are you here for?
I need a favor. I need a story front page tomorrow.
That's going to cost you a lot more than dinner, Mr. Theo.
You name the price and it is yours.
Well, I don't often like to pay for that sort of thing, but what's the story? Is it something juicy?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, we've got the youngest Gold family member in the midst of this, all while Mr. Gold himself's building is being destroyed. And then just upstairs, we have an archluminary funding and backing every aspect of this.
I'm confused on the part that's news.
Exactly. I just need more attention to all of this.
Theo, you don't think I expect to keep my job and report on the golds, do you?
I think you shouldn't need to worry about this coming back on you. I have contingencies in place for them to be noticing other things.
Sweetest.
And let's be honest, they fire you, I hire you, then we can have the real fun.
If I reported on the golds, it would be more than my job I was worried about.
And
I
again,
think
they
you
are
know
they are not. If it makes you feel better, you can put my name in the story. Cite your sources.
That's an interesting wager you make, Mr. Maxwell. But if you die, I won't get my dinner.
Again, I've got enough in play where you will be getting your dinner and dessert.
And at dessert, she kind of raises an eyebrow.
Ugh. I'm not cut out for this sort of thing.
What's in it
By the
for
way,
me?
while you guys are talking, is the youngest Gold literally getting massacred?
He's he's bleeding profusely.
Just
And
Waiting for
Have
you
you
to
ever
surf on
seen-
his body.
have you ever seen Nightmare on Elm Street?
no.
Really?
It's a great movie. First Freddy
That's
movie.
a bit of a stretch, but go on.
It's great in the 80s way. When there is
Where it's not
a
great at
girl-
all.
and there's a girl getting like drug along the wall and the ceiling, and there's a streak of blood all along the way. It's amazing. That's kind of what's happening with Alden right now, as the cage is rotating, and there's just like kind of a stream of blood that was on the left side of the cage and now is being drug up and now pouring above you, Wayland. Real talk. What's in it for me?
Again, you name your price and I will make it so. I am pulling the utmost of favor card here.
What do you have on Errol Faust?
You got some stuff, and I remember the stuff.
Theo is going to smile intently. You know, I have more than you can possibly imagine. I take that back. We've done most of those things.
I remember fondly.
It's the participating individual that makes that information very tasty. So really, with me, you're getting 2 stories for the price of 1. I just need mine ran first.
Now I'm listening. I want his job.
You know? Yes.
I think that's totally within your capabilities.
You can consider that done because that will be incredibly useful.
So let me get this straight. You give me dirt on Mr. Faust in exchange that I run a story on what's happening here that most people know, at least the people that matter, but don't speak of, and don't dare speak of. But I get to put your name
Front and center.
as my resource. But if you're not live long enough to pay up on your end of the bargain, what does that get me?
We see the plus note is there's an individual in my office that is just a quick phone call away. So when I tell her you need to go pick up a package, you will still receive everything you need. And I can make that phone call right now if that makes this a deal.
Right now.
All right, I'm going to call Tabitha.
All right, and in respect of time, what do you tell Tabitha?
Just, hey, if I am not back in the office, then we have Rita stopping by to get the photos from the other day.
Retta, by the way.
Rita, yeah.
Okay. And Tabitha agrees that she lets you know that she's going into the sealed room, pulling them, putting them in an envelope, and addressing it, and leaving it out for a courier in the morning.
Perfect.
Theo, I like you. I don't know if I've made that clear. I like my path more so. And I just want you to understand that.
I would never stop a woman from getting the power she deserves.
Did I mention I like you?
Remind me on Thursday.
Thursday it is.
And I'm going to give her a kiss on the cheek, and I want to go talk to the writer.
And she kind of tosses her hair to the side and immediately exits the room. She heads towards the elevator and piles in with alone because everybody else is hooked on this fight.
I got to give her the over-the-shoulder wink as the door closes.
And she just smirks as the elevator door closes. Are you a reporter too?
Theodore Maxwell, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. I am a big fan of everything you have been doing lately. I don't think you are getting the credit and the attention you deserve.
Yeah. Well, thank you. You know, I've been thinking the same thing, honestly. But I'm trying to get in here and shake things up and make it more of a show, not just a bloody fight. Holy shit.
And that is such a fantastic idea. Because let's be honest, if we don't have the show and this is all we're doing, we're going to run out of talent eventually.
Well, there's always people that need money, I've found. Like, there's, you know, like that guy from the first, what, Dave is what they called him.
Right, but nobody always
Dave.
wants amateur night. People want those names that come back. That's how you get your rich storytelling.
Oh, nobody really comes back. I mean, if they
That's
lose,
because
then
you're
they
not
lose.
in charge yet. With your storytelling, this could be something.
No, but I mean, if they win, then, well, he like nods up at Ren at the viewing box. Well, then he snatches them up, and we never see him again.
Interesting.
At that point, sorry, go ahead and finish your sentence.
You're a smart kid, and I'm going to give him a business card.
Okay. At that point, Wayland, the cage is upside down.
Serve him. Serve him. Serve him. Serve him.
That's a little morbid for Wayland. I don't think that he would do that, but I will.
I will spend a fate point for the descent to be surfed.
I want to use burglary to
rob him of his life,
shoot through the canvas, and prop myself up.
That's
through
a good one.
like using the supports, right? So like it goes like mat, machinery, and staging, and then probably whatever mechanism has it. So I want to shoot through.
That's a great idea.
To dangle off from the.
You were previously, you used your grappling hook to pull Alden to the cage, which is electrified and full of spikes.
Yeah, this is like kind of an all or nothing. I'm going to begin falling, essentially.
Okay. So go ahead and roll burglary.
Okay. Okay, that's a 3.
So you shoot your grappling hook, and your goal is to pierce the canvas, like the floor that's now
just like
rising above you.
Yeah. So the idea is that it like so that I don't fall onto the electrified spikes, and I just like kind of dangle there on the canvas part that can't be electrified.
Okay. So I'll say that you shoot through, and it does kind of pierce the first lining of the canvas, and as you pull it taut, you can feel it kind of pull further than you want it to, and just one small hook of the grappling hook catches on the threads of the canvas.
Okay. Are we doing initiative still? Or is that guy dead? I don't know if we got confirmation on that.
No, he's not dead. He's bleeding profusely. And you see the color kind of drain from his face. But you see his teeth grit. And an inhuman roar just as he grapples the spike and pushes himself off of it. And as he's falling towards the upside down cage, he's going to, in a similar sense, what, no tongue? Give us tongue! Give us tongue! Give us tongue! One of these days, viewers, you're going to get some real makeout on this channel. He's going to attempt basically this. He's going to essentially try the same thing.
Can I roll defend to interfere?
Sure.
That's a 7.
So as he extends his serpentine arm, powered by X, snake-like towards the edge of the cage,
I just kind of go.
and it gets him off just enough, like gets his trajectory off enough.
Just gets him off.
Gets him off. He comes everywhere.
All over the arena.
In the splash zone.
With a 7?
What kind of orange color do you think that would make?
Anyway,
or that make
please.
it pink?
What does that mean? I don't know.
He goes to grapple the side of the canvas, but he misses, and he like slides off the spike, and in those moments like turns towards you, and for the first time you see true fear in his eyes as he's facing towards you and splays wide, spikes entering several points in his body, one of which through the back of his head, exiting through his left eye.
Is anybody else hearing disrespect your surroundings? Just
oh wow.
Damn, that note to fucking the Gold family is going to be even tastier.
And there is a silence that sweeps across the entire room as everyone is watching the youngest member of the Gold family, the last breath exit its body. And then slowly as you are hanging amid this cage from the canvas below, and Alden is racked, kind of pulsing with electricity, blood spurting out from several points in his body, and this cage starts correcting itself. So the floor ends where it should be, and the electricity dies down, and the spikes rescind into the walls. And you stand as this cage rises. And you can hear the applause grow louder and louder and louder. And as you're standing as the champion of this night,
yeah,
Alden's body falls from above you.
I was just gonna say, you're like, as you stand there, I was like,
this bloody wet splat on the canvas next to you, limbs bent in ways they shouldn't be bent, jaw broken to the side. And Ren, frozen, watching. And he grabs a mic. Looks like we have ourselves a new champion! And the crowd erupts into huge applause. And you see people pouring towards the betting tables, collecting their winnings. Theo, what are you doing?
Can I get the name of the writer?
It's Glib. They call him Glib.
Yep, Theo's just gonna, hey, you and I will be talking soon. You need anything, give me a call. And if you hear any rumblings from Ren, I would love to hear that information.
But okay. Thank you.
No, thank you. And I'm gonna go my winnings because I just raked in off this motherfucker.
Raked in. You bet $5,000 on Captain Hook, and at this point, you probably would have collected about $25,000 in winnings.
I'm not too worried about the monetary value. I just need to make sure I can justify
all the spending you've been doing.
That was my whole goal with this, was to justify that Theo does have money. So people are like, where does he get this money from?
This moment, people. Wayland, you feel like there's a warm light and music pumps through the room as these the girls that came through and were like offered you the X. Now there's several of them kind of climbing up to the ring, circling you as you are panting and you're covered in Alden's blood. There's two muscular gentlemen that kind of grab Alden's body and tenderly kind of drag him from the mat. If you had been to a previous fight, it's more ceremonious than they might have treated another rando. That, like when Dave got pulled and Nightwing got pulled, like they just kind of grappled him and pulled him.
Can I take a perception check to see where they take him?
Yeah.
Okay, that is a 3. And to kind of keep Lucas in the story for when he gets back, I would like to usher for hint to him to kind of follow.
Okay. So from across the way, you see Alsvid, who's like mid pocket of somebody, and he looks up. He's using the excitement to pickpocket some more individuals.
You should make like a rolling chart. Yeah.
Yeah, he's made quite the find tonight. I'll make a rolling chart to see how many items and what they are for next week. And he looks up and you kind of gesture and he's looking at where they take Alden, and they go in that same direction, that back double doors that like Sirkin had taken Vox to interrogate him basically. They pull him that way. And then the girls around you kind of caress you and push you back towards the doors of the tank, Wayland.
Yeah, this is so Wayland is like normally like a subtle guy, right? Like he does his job, he's very serious, right? So all this showmanship, he's like everyone's like excited and he's just like kind of waiting to leave. Like he's just like standing very stoic, like he's like bleeding or whatever, so probably like covering his wounds and just like kind of like super. He's not a showman. He's not sure exactly what to do, so I guess I'm just like, I'll just follow them.
And so they usher you, and there's people like quickly putting towels around and like dabbing your wounds and offering you water and dabbing your forehead full of this, well, through the mask of the sweat. And as a note, what has your Rorschach mask been looking like throughout that fight?
Yeah, I reckon like the idea is it kind of changes with my facial expression, right? Like that was kind of what you said, or like it's like a mood ring almost. So like I got to imagine
It doesn't
that
change
like
color, but it definitely changes expression.
yeah, like the kind of like the shapes, right? So like I reckon that like probably in fight it probably is like completely fluid. You know what I mean? So like it probably would have like as I'm like catching my breath, like I imagine it would be like just like kind of like subtly. Do you know what I mean?
Just like calming down
until it rests in like I just like I immediately just picture like the Venom eyes, but just like slightly like not perfectly eyes, just like kind of
Don Cucci
So as they're resting, they're pulling you back towards the tank, and you enter the double doors of the tank where the kind of the holding cell for the fighters, and they bring you back in, and it's empty in there. Everyone else is gone. You are the champion of tonight. And girls kind of offer you some more towels and a water. And one whispers in your ear, "Just wait right here." And parks you on one of the long benches in the room.
I don't fucking like that. They didn't give me any bandages or anything. I'm still like actively bleeding.
Yeah.
And it's like holding a
No, they gave you some
towel.
bandages.
Oh, okay,
yeah, they gave you some bandages around the neck.
Okay.
Can I follow?
So you
Stealthily?
attempt to watch. Go ahead and roll stealth, yeah.
Oof. -1.
So you're watching, and the lights have lowered at this point. It's almost dark, and you go to where
Just
you
tripping
think
over
they might be
chairs.
bringing him, but it's hard to get past all the people. Like people are rushing past you to get to the betting tables and last call for the bar, and you're kind of pushing past, and you run into a small figure, and she's like, "Oh, excuse me. Oh, Uncle Theo?"
What are you still doing here?
And you kind of lose track of where Wayland was taken.
Okay.
It was dark. I was looking for you.
All right. Let's get out of here. I pissed some people off.
This isn't good.
What's not good?
And she pulls you in close, whispers in your ear, "Alden Gold is dead. That's not supposed to happen."
I'm gonna have to roll deception to try not to smile.
Sure, but it's pretty dark.
That's a 0.
Yeah. And she sees the smile, and no, Uncle Theo, this isn't good. This isn't just a normal fight. He never loses. He's not supposed to lose. I've never seen him lose.
Ren uses him to make bank and modifies him further.
I
Do I
think
have
it
a
goes much
bright
further
idea
than
here?
that.
I've got things in motion to discover more. So again, you should get out of here. And Theo's going to kind of grab her by the arm and start escorting her out of here.
Do you know where Vox went?
I can find that information for you.
Just let me know, okay? And she kind of goes with the crowd, which there's kind of a mass exodus heading towards the elevators. Wayland, you are now left in the tank, in the dark, alone.
I think there's gonna be like probably a moment, like I don't know how long it'll take, because I'll be like recovering, from like that was like an intense fight or whatever, life or death kind of thing. So like am I in there for like a long time? Like, is there a moment where I'm like kind of like I've like caught myself and my adrenaline is worn off and now I'm literally just sitting in the dark? Or
it's probably like 5 minutes that you're there alone.
Okay. So I don't think I would be like, I don't think I would be overly suspicious yet. I think I'd probably wait for some kind of like my money to be handed to me and like some kind of ceremony thing. So I'm just going to assume that at this point of the night that I'm just like, I don't know, like Spider-Man 1 style, just like waiting to be ushered into the office to get my my reward kind of thing. So I'll just wait. It's like a reward.
And when you entered the tank was from one set of doors, and then the ones you were ushered onto the arena was another set of doors. But here in the very low dim light, in the center of the room, what seemed to be kind of just a steel wall opens up, and 3 hulking men exit. And you can't quite make out their features in the darkness, but you can sense their silhouettes. Right this way, champion.
I'm just gonna silently get up and follow.
So you follow one up through the door, and one is close on your heels, and then another is behind them. And as you enter through the door, you hear a slam of the door behind you, and you enter a set of stairs. And you rise, and it turns off to the left, and you rise up another set of stairs. And the front person opens another door, and you enter through. And you are in the viewing deck.
Oh, okay. Are the VIPs still there, or is it just what's his name?
All the VIPs are gone, with the exception of the Iron Masked Man. That was impressive, Captain Hook.
I didn't come here to mess around.
What did you come for?
Well, first of all, as you can tell, I'm an experienced fighter. I needed to shake some rust off, and your prize money was can't lie, enticing.
Well, you put on quite the show. You took down my prize champion. That's impressive. I'd love to shake the hand and see the eyes of the individual who did such a thing.
With all due respect, I'd like to keep the mask on, and I hope you don't mind shaking my non-dominant hand. No disrespect.
And he reaches out his left hand and shakes it and clasps. Doesn't let go. And he peers at this ring around your forearm. It's quite an interesting bit of tech you got there. Can I ask where you ascertained it?
I found it in the street.
Street, huh?
Yeah, there was a loud noise and a bang, and it was right near where I was. I went to investigate, and I found the corpse of some young man, and he had all these weird glowing things on him, and yeah, I found them, and I don't know. Not to be too forward, but I'm going through hard times right now. I take what I can get.
Roll deception.
No, but it was it's so very similar to the truth. Oh.
It's dark. He can't see. That's an aspect.
Okay, so I've got 0 for deception, but I rolled a +2.
All right, so it's fair on the ladder.
It was only a half lie, too.
Because I can't help but recognize my own work. And I know for a fact these didn't end up on the street.
If you want, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to steal. Like I said, I found them on this unconscious man. I thought they were valuable. I was just wearing them because I thought they looked cool. You can have them, sure. I didn't mean to steal. That's my bad.
And at that point, you feel 2 hands on either shoulder. And 2 of the men that led you up here are now flanking you. Take that thing on.
Since it's empty and Theo is still there, would he be able to like overhear this conversation?
It's in a separate area.
Okay.
You can roll perception to see. Maybe you roll really well, and you can. But there is some
we're behind
music
like a closed
going.
door and a staircase, aren't we?
Well,
Yeah,
since it's an overviewing
yeah,
area, I wasn't sure if there was like glass pane or if it was still like
no, it's a balcony. It's an open balcony. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's pulled. This conversation is pulled towards the back of the balcony. It's not towards the front, so it's meant not to be seen so clearly.
That's a 4.
Okay. What you can make out is Wayland's voice.
Okay.
You can't quite hear exactly what's being said, but you recognize the voice.
That I'm up there, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, I was just thinking, and what's his name gave me an aspect for weak point, so technically I got a 12.
Oh my god. if you push it. So yeah, Alden is super dead.
Yeah, I think I turned him to some kind of paste. Okay, anyway though, I'm gonna give them one kind of just like telling I'm gonna give them kind of one opportunity to let me go and drop this. Be like I said, I can return the items. I don't want any trouble. I just want the money. Like I said, I'm going through some rough times right now.
Who are you?
I'm a homeless old man that saw your flyer looking for hope, and I got what I needed.
He looks at the guys on either side of you. Take that shit off. And they go to take your mask off.
Okay.
You can roll.
I would like to defend.
Okay.
That's not as good. That is a 3.
So they go to reach for your mask, and deftly you kind of evade and parry their advances and pull back.
Would I hear
And
this
so now-
kerfuffle?
Yeah, with your perception roll, you would hear like scuffling of
gonna-
feet.
I'm gonna make my way back that direction then.
Same
So-
way that you knew how to get
Yeah.
up there, right?
So, like, to set the scene, you're currently, like, going through, like, you're traveling upstream through, like, a sea of people who are trying to leave kind of thing? Like, at the
Well,
end
it
of the
sounded-
concert?
Yeah, I guess so. It sounded like at this point it'd be more most of the people had vacated.
Yeah,
I just
it's
was Theo
clearing
just
out.
wasn't leaving without you.
Yeah, you're headed in the opposite direction, up the staircase, the way that you had previously visited Ren.
Okay,
And Wayland is surrounded by 3 large men and
I think
Ren.
that I'm going to I've got 1 fate point left, and I've got 1 stunt left. So I think I am going to hook cleave all of the people in this area. I'm gonna spend that fate point. Oh, please, please, please.
So basically, this is like an area of effect attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna like unhook my hook, let it dangle several feet, and I'm just gonna like try to hit everybody in the area, just like a windmill kind of attack.
Okay.
I got a 6.
Jesus Christ.
Out of the 3, I rolled against you, and they rolled well. Sorry. Out of the 3, there's one that just catches it in the jaw, and the others like duck
7.
or,
7. Sorry, I
2.
didn't give him the ring. I didn't give him the ring. My bad. Sorry.
2 catch it in the jaw. Ren just kind of steps aside, almost as if he can see it coming, and 1 kind of skirts out of the way. Well, this is the way you want to roll it, friend. And at that point, Theo bursts through the door.
No, not bursting. Casually opens the door. Dramatic entrance.
Casually.
He's running up the stairs.
Ren, this
Catches
is
your
not
breath
how
just
you
before-
get people on the payroll.
And he turns. Mr. Maxwell, you know this man.
Yeah, he's mine. And this is where you step away.
And he kind of cocks his head. And at this point, he's got like kind of a long leather duster of a jacket. And throws it back.
Yeah, I bet he does.
And he kind of
I did not
flicks out
laugh.
his arms. And you see these long metallic, almost like the Tony Stark version of the Spidey suit. Long tendrils kind of exit from his back, and his veins begin glowing with a purplish hue. And behind the ironclad mask, you see these purplish eyes begin to glow.
See, this was always your problem, Ren. You never thought ahead. I have. So we leave now. And then we deal with this another day. Or you kill us and your entire world crumbles. And you enjoy your last nights. And Theo's gonna take off his jacket and roll up his sleeves.
And that's where we're going to put a pin in tonight's episode.
To clarify, wait, this is on you. I can't fight.
Yeah.
But you are confident.
Theo can hold his own, but it's just a +1. He's not gonna be super helpful here. But he's got your back.
So, in one episode, you not only took out Kieran's youngest son, you are attempting to take down an arch luminary of engineering.
Well, the second one, I already took down the other one.
Okay. And we'll see what happens next time on Cloudscape.
Can we title this episode "Disrespect Your Surroundings"?
Sure. If I remember.
Or where do I put a note in the Discord?
I don't even know where I'm going to see that.
Session notes. Is that what? Nope.
Yeah,
Episode.
sure. That will work. That'll work.
New post.
Y'all.
Session 12. Disrespect
that was almost as crazy of an episode as Sirkin and Kit's last time.
They had a more crazy episode. I guess we were stuck in the fight for the whole thing, but they had a more crazy episode. Oh my goodness!
I guess you'll find out next week when hopefully we all get together, and I can't wait to watch each of your faces during the recap.
Yeah, man. Okay. Wow. I killed a guy.
What is Wayland thinking right now?
I think I'm kind of torn a little bit because Theo complicates things. I can't just leave now. I can't just leave. The two guys that I did hit out of the 4, are they like unconscious, or are they just like
no
shifted?
They're nursing their jaws, but they're not down. No.
Okay. So it's 4v2. I've got 1 shift already. Yeah. Yeah, take the money and run is kind of out the window. I guess I could try to take the... Well, let's see maybe what this X stuff is all about. Because
you didn't use it once during the fight.
I roll so bad. My confidence on my rolls were so low to like roll at a 0 on purpose. You know, it was so scary. But yeah, I think I might. I think I might have to do something because. I need. Hopefully that I can get some area damage going, or at least some area control, because. This is a pickle. I feel pickled. I'm in the vinegar.
Well, in the vinegar for next week, you've reached a minor milestone. And so feel free to ascend or adjust your sheet. You too, Theo. How you choose.
Maybe fight, just, little meta.
I'm fine with that. And we'll see what happens in this and see where we left off with Sirkin and Kit and Al next week.
And then how we get the party back together, because it ain't happening next episode.
We'll see. Thank you guys for joining us for tonight's episode of Cloudscape. It means the world that you tuned in. Until next time, I'm Bozer.
I'm Austin.
I'm T.
And you just keep geeking out.
Geeking out. Bye.
Bye-bye.